Hello everyone, myself Ketan Bhavsar, Assistant Professor in LJ Engineering College, Ahmedabad in VLSI Design. Today we move on chapter number 3, it's a MOS transistor, and today's topic, what is MOS transistors and the structure of MOSFET or MOS structure. In previous session we discussed about the Anvil technology or Anvil CMOS technology, that how we can design a Anvil CMOS technology. With help of the Anvil CMOS you can design a CMOS, or we can work on the combination of PMOS and NMOS structure, and with help of the combination of the PMOS and NMOS we can design a CMOS. So we also done NMOS fabrication and PMOS fabrication with help of a MOS technology or fabrication technology. And also we work on the design rule based concept, lithography process. So these are the certain methods and technique that we already done in chapter number 2. So now we move on chapter number 3. In chapter number 3, after designing or after fabricate a MOSFET, how we can work on a current and voltage calculation. So first of all we have to study a 3D way, or it's a structure of MOSFET. So how the MOSFET structure is look like, and when you provide external voltages to the MOSFET, then how actually it will react. It will work on the accumulation layer, depletion layer, surface inversion, or there are the number of things that we have to follow. So now we move on that particular technology, that how we can work. Now it's a MOS technology. As you can already see in this technology, we already done this in chapter number 2, that we design the CMOS technology. As you can see, we work on the Anvil. We are taking the P type of substrate. Here we diffuse the P plus impurity. After that we diffuse the N plus impurities, and after the impurities we follow the certain processes, like before that we take a substrate. After that we put SiO2 layer, that polysilicon layer. Then again we put SiO2 layer, then we put the UV lights to removing or creating the windowing method. Then on high diffusion and pressure we implant impurities like P plus, like you can see it's a P plus and N plus, like this. And after that we make a polysilicon etching process, make a contact connections, aluminum connections, and finally we are getting this type of the figures, as you can see. And in detail way it look like this. As you can see in the number of books you can identify this type of the concept or this type of the figure, but in practical way or in the depth of the CMOS technology we have to follow this strategy on this design. As you can see, it's N plus diffusion, P plus, it's a polysilicon, it's an implant, it's a metallic connection, gate oxide. Red one, it's a polysilicon. This one is a contact cards that you provide the gate or source terminal, and also the field oxide to provide the conductivity to the substrate and also provide the protection. So this thing we already done in MOS technology or in chapter number 2 when we study Anvil fabrication. Now we go into the depth, and now we see the MOS structure, that how we look. So first of all, what is MOS transistor? Metal oxide semiconductor structure shown in the semiconductor substrate with a thin oxide layer and a top metal contact referred to as the gate. As you can see in this particular diagram, as we are talking about this particular portion, a second metal layer form a ohmic contact to the black of the semiconductor, and it's called a bulk contact. The structure shown as a p-type substrate we will refer to as this one is a n-type MOSFET or N capacitors, since the inversion layer contains electrons. Definitely if you are taking the p-type of the substrate, then definitely you are designing the N MOSFET. As you can see, this one is a MOS structure, or it look like on the 3D way. It's look like this. This one is your substrate, this one is your oxide, it's a gate oxide, polysilicon gate terminal, aluminum section to provide the conductivity. This one is your gate, means input terminal, substrate. So it look like this when you show into the 3D way. And here you can provide the gate or source terminal, and here you are taking the gate terminal, and here also one terminal, but right now we are considering only 3 terminals. It's a gate, drain and source, but also one hidden terminal is there. It's a body or substrate terminal. It also play a main role when you are connected multiple MOSFETs together. This one is the structure. Finally in the books it's look like this. As you can see, this one is a particular P type of substrate, so we are taking the NMOS. This one is your source terminal, drain terminal, the voltage between VDS means drain to source, the voltage VGS from gate to source, metal electrodes, metal oxide insulator, N type of channel, depletion layer. So these are the actual MOSFET structure, means we have to apply the inputs on VGS and VDS, and we have to check the different types of effect which produce inside a MOSFET. So now we go into the depth, and also we are considering that how you can see the different types of effect produced after applying the external voltage, and it's called as an external bias effect. Now as you can see here, we are taking the 4 terminal. This one is a B terminal, source, gate and drain, and this one is your substrate means body terminal, as you can see, and this one is your drain current ID. As you can see, it's SiO2 layer, metal electron, metal oxide insulator and connections, as you can see. So now we work on the external voltages that we are providing on a particular MOSFET. As you can see, when you provide the external voltages to your MOSFET, then there are the 3 different types of operation, or we can say that circumstances or event produced inside the MOSFET. First, it's accumulation, depletion and surface inversion. See, in chapter number 2, what exactly we did? We exactly design a MOSFET structure. We work on the MOSFET, how the MOSFET is fabricated with help of the lithography process, with help of the impurities, with help of the high temperature and pressure. And then we design a simple MOSFET, and first of all we design the NMOS and PMOS, and then we work on the combination of that two and design a CMOS. But now we are not apply the voltages to the terminal, because ultimately we only focus on the fabrication technology. But now after the fabrication of the chip, we have to study that what exactly the effect is produced when I am applying the voltages in terms of the gate voltage, drain voltage, source voltage, drain and source voltage, gate and source voltage. So what exactly effect is produced inside the MOSFET, that we can see in this particular topic. It's called as a MOSFET as an external bias or external bias voltages. So as you can see, there are the 3 effects: accumulation, depletion and surface inversion. Now it look like this in a particular diagram. Suppose this one is your substrate, and you can see when I applying the voltages, when I applying the voltages here, when I applying the voltages here, then there are some, you can see these are the positive number of holes. This one is your, this one is electrons, this one is your holes, and electrons are go back. Here you can see that there are one inversion layer, it will be created. This one is a majority charge carrier of holes, and this one is your electrons. So now what exactly this situation is created? This one is for the accumulation, this one is for the depletion, and this one is for inversion. Now you can see, if you applied voltage Vg is less than Vfb, it's a basically flat beds concept, or we can also consider the gate to source voltages. Then because of the negative charge, it's less than threshold voltage, so positive electrons will attracted near the surfaces. As you can see, when Vg is less than Vfb, or we can say that when Vg is less than Vt, then the negative charge carrier is applied on the gate terminal, so holes are attracted near the surfaces. As you can see, it look like this. Now in the next situation, when we increase the gate voltages but it below the threshold voltage, so now what exactly happened? There is no established any connection, because your threshold, you cannot break a threshold, or you cannot go beyond a threshold voltage, so channel will not form. But ultimately what exactly you see, that the electrons near the surface, it goes near to a gate terminal, and electrons near the gate terminals is repelled back to the substrate or inside the substrate. So you can see here it's creating a positive charge near the terminal, and here you can see the negative charge near the substrate. So it creates a depletion region near the surface. Now if you increasing the gate voltages which is greater than a threshold voltage, now what exactly happen? If you increase your voltage greater than threshold voltage, now the channel will be formed, and because of the channel will be formed, there you can see the majority charge carrier, it's attracted near the gate terminals, and hole and electrons is repelled back, and here there is one region is created. That's why it's called as a inversion layer, and here you can see the depletion region is created. Why we call this one as an inversion layer? Because in the first situation you can see the negative charge near the gate terminal and positive charge on near the substrate, but after the inversion layer you can see the totally opposite operation. You can identify the gate near a positive charge and electrons near the substrate. So here you can see totally opposite operation as compared to the accumulation. So because of that reason it's called as a surface inversion or inversion process. So as you can see, it's a simple way you can identify if Vg is less than 0 volt, then holes are attracted. If Vg is greater than 0 volt, then what it's not break a threshold, but definitely it greater than 0, then holes are generally go back and it create one inversion layer. And if you increases more and more, then again electrons and holes are created near the surface, and it create a surface inversion issue. Because here you can see the first of all you can identify a holes, but now you can see it's electrons. So we can say that the surface inversion is take place, because instead of the holes right now you can see the electrons, because here positive charge is increased more and more, and because of that reason it create a surface inversion. So as you can see, this one is the simplest way you can identify, and this one you can identify with help of the graphical way, with help of the flat band. It's nothing but it represents the gate to source voltages. So you can get a better idea then how we can design a different types of concept or different types of methodologies with help of these three effects. Because after onwards we have to study the different types of current and voltage calculation in terms of the threshold voltage, body bias effect, lambda base rules. Also we have to work on the gamma coefficients, lambda coefficients, channel length coefficient. So in each and every situation we have to go with this three region, because surface inversion is a final result or final output, because first of all is accumulation, depletion, and then surface inversion. So we can easily see and identify when we apply the voltage is greater than threshold voltage. So it's play a main role for upcoming each and every topic. We always focus on the inversion layer mostly, and depletion in some of the situation. As you can see, the accumulation occurs when one applies a voltage is less than the flat band voltages, and the negative charge on the gate attracted holes from the substrate to the oxide semiconductor interfaces. So only a small amount of band bending is needed to build up the accumulation charge, so that almost all the potential variation is within the oxide. As a more positive voltage than the flat band voltage is applied, a negative charge builds up in the semiconductor. So as we can see in the figure, so it attracts the positive charge near to the surfaces, and it create one depletion region. Same way as you can see the inversion layer, if it increase more and more, so you can see now the electrons are near the substrate and holes go back down. So because of that reason it create a inversion layer. So definitely these points are very important when we are dealing with this point, but with help of this particular figure or this condition you can easily write down in exam point of view also, and you can also remember this thing easily. This figure you have to remember the positive, this one is a negative, so it's a surface inversion, and here you can see the electrons is created near the surface, so it's a depletion region. So it's very easy to understand what exactly the effect of external bias voltage is, in MOSFET. So I hope you like this session and you can definitely get the idea what exactly the external bias effect in MOSFET. And if you have any doubt, then you can contact me. So thank you very much. And the next session we are dealing with different types of effect. If you increasing more and more voltages, and there are the different types of pinch off effect and linear current and drain current calculations. We go in further slides or further sessions. So thank you very much.